Hey, what's up guys? Alright, so here's part 5 of how to draw the waterfall. So you're going to need an eraser for this part. And you got to decide where you want the trees at. It might be a good idea to actually kind of draw the outlines of some of them. But I'm just going to go for it. So we'll put one like right here. And this eraser is like really sharp. Like it comes to a point so that you can do really fine lines. So this is going to be the moonlight reflecting onto the tree, well, just shining onto the tree. So you don't have to darken the entire or lighten the entire tree because the moonlight's not really going to be shining on this side. It's going to be on this side. Alright, next you're going to go back in with your pencil and add in all the detail into the tree. It's good to have a really sharp pencil for this part so that you can make finer lines. You can always go back in with the eraser to make more highlights. And I erased off a little bit too much right here. So you can either just blend it back in with your finger, it's really easy, or you can kind of add bushes around the bottom, which I'm going to do. Add like little plants around the bottom that would cover that up. And just make sure you get it to where you like it. You can always go back to the eraser, add in more highlights. Try not to put too much pressure down when you're drawing, otherwise it's going to be a major pain to erase. Alright, that looks pretty good to me. Now you got to add in some branches, and it's actually similar to how we erased out this tree, just on a smaller scale, you know. Just kind of erase off just like that. And add in some smaller ones coming out. Okay, so we got a little branch going up with a few smaller arms coming off of it. Now the same thing, you just add in detail around it. When I'm adding in detail, I usually end up looking really close to the drawing. That's why in some of my speed drawings you'll see my hair and my head stick in. Alright, so now we've got some shadow on there. So next thing I did was added in leaves, which are really just like a bunch of scribbles coming off of it. Here's kind of a bigger version of what I'm doing when I add the leaves in. Just like a spiral really, but you don't want to make a straight line like that. You gotta kind of go back and forth, except you're doing tiny ones, you know? But you just end up with hundreds of them and it all looks good in the end. But remember, you're making them tiny. What I also do is add little twigs coming out. And use the very tip of your pencil to do that, so you get a dark line. Be careful though, because it'll be harder to erase if you make a mistake. They're so small that you don't have to make like perfect little circles. Just add in dark scribbles. Alright, so say you added in a branch that you don't really like we'll choose this one right here. What you can do is erase it away really lightly. And then just blend the sky back in the background. And there you go, it's gone. Alright, so there you've got one branch. So you keep doing this to the rest of the tree. You keep adding more trees. I wanted to go over the moon a little bit more. Also, I didn't really talk too much about it in part 4. But really, when you're looking at the moon from outside, it's so far away you can't really see details. So don't try to draw like individual little circles for each crater. I kind of just shade little spots all over it. Then I just blend it all together, and it turns out looking pretty good. So if you want, just keep practicing and find which technique works best for you. You can try adding in really fine stuff, but this is how I do it. So we'll start adding in another tree here. You might want to erase away some of the area for the roots of the tree too, if you want to make bigger roots. You can also make different designs in the bark on the tree, like dead spots and different patterns in the bark, so that they don't all look like photocopies of each other, but it's up to you.
Alright, so here's kind of a close-up of some of the branches. I've also added in some stuff around the bottom and some background trees, but don't worry, I'm going to show you guys how to do that in part 6. We'll pick up right where I left off. Also, click the link in the sidebar. It'll take you to my gallery page at deviantart.com, so you can see this picture and use it to refer to, and you can also see some of my other work that you probably haven't seen before. And yeah, other than that, thanks for watching, and good luck.